Hello everyone, I'm Day Weather Meteorologist Don Day with your Public Lands Council weekly weather update for this May 13th, 2023. It's being brought to you by WSR Insurance Services Incorporated. Also being brought to you by Ag Risk Advisors. Well, over the last week, some badly needed rains fell across portions of eastern Wyoming, eastern Colorado, western Kansas, all of Nebraska, and a good portion of the Dakotas, as well as a large swath of eastern areas of Montana. Well-timed rain for some of those areas as we are looking at May precipitation in some locations exceeding 7 inches in portions of western Nebraska and far eastern Wyoming over this past week. And we see a general pattern where it'll be warmer in the coming week ahead. Typical May weather is really the best way to describe it. Warmer temperatures with occasional areas of showers and thunderstorms in the western United States. We don't see that transition to summer, not there yet. We really don't want to see it yet. More like towards the end of the month or into early June. But we do see, especially for the central and western United States, at least the interior west, a warmer May trend. And I think part of the West Coast will see some warmer temperatures after having another week of cooler than average conditions. Now, over the last 7 days, now this is through this past Thursday, so this does not include a lot of rain that has fallen here at the end of the week. But you can see this area right here picking up significant rain over the last 7 days where it was really needed, especially in Nebraska, southeastern Wyoming, western Kansas, and northeast Colorado, and eastern Montana. Those areas very dry, and they did pick up some badly needed rain, and it was mostly in the form of rain. And you can see that in the most recent drought monitor, right here where the drought is the worst, we did see significant rains fall in this past week right here. So you're going to see some improvements. In fact, we're going to see this red area go away with the next drought update because of the very excessive rain that has fallen over the last week. So you can see where those rains have fallen, compare that with the drought monitor. So there's been some help there. Over the last week, the temperature anomaly looked like this, with the warmest in the central, still really cool along the west coast. Now, it's kind of a messy weather pattern for this upcoming Mother's Day weekend. The storm that brought the heavy precipitation to parts of the Rockies and High Plains is breaking apart and getting fractured. But the remnants will make for some shower and thunderstorm activity and cooler weather for a large part of the central and western United States this weekend. We're going to see some heavy rains down in eastern New Mexico, down in the Texas, parts of Oklahoma, this area right here. This weekend we'll see a lot of thunderstorm activity and significant rains in parts of Texas. And if we go back to our drought monitor here, we're going to see a lot of rain falling in this area here as well. So for the key areas of where the drought has been the worst, there's certainly been some help and more help on the way. By next weekend, high pressure gets a little better established. This is why the western United States generally, from the west coast into the Rockies, will see a trend towards warmer weather, while the Great Lakes in the east will trend cooler towards that second and third week time frame of May. In the next week ahead, between now and next Saturday, there's going to be a fair amount of rain falling. You can see the heavy rains there in Texas, eastern areas of New Mexico, but areas of Nebraska, Kansas, the Corn Belt, going to get into some wet weather. Then into the Great Basin states in the desert Southwest, a fairly active pattern of afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms with those warmer temperatures coming next week. Snowfall-wise, well, hopefully we'll be able to remove this graphic soon, but there will still be, in the high mountains of Wyoming and Colorado, a little bit of wet snow up high, but you can see that less and less in the way of snow in our long-range forecast. Have yourself a good week ahead. Our next update will be May 20th.